Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Balls Out Sports Podcast. I'm Remy. This is Jerry, and we are ready to talk sports. Well, actually, let's be a little bit more correct. Talk about a singular sport. We already covered everything NFL. No new coach hirings, no new coach firings. I don't really see, the need to go into that.
Only one thing I literally just thought about it.
Go ahead. We do have some NFL.
I think it was the Lions. They signed Zach Ertz.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it was the Lions, bro. But I know for sure it was Zach Ertz.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so that adds a little bit of spice into this NFC Championship game. Well, then I guess I got a piggyback question. Do you think this is going to be enough to put them over the 49ers?
It's possible, yeah. Cause I don't really see Purdy having like I said before, I don't see Purdy having like a monster performance like that. You know, he's gonna have to really depend on his other guys.
Right. You said if he does have a monster performance, then they're blowing out the Lions.
I think it'll still be a shootout. It'll still be a shootout. But if he don't perform really, then they're probably gonna get blown out. I don't know. The Lions just really have like kind of a chip on their shoulder. They got a lot more to prove, I think, than the 49ers right now. So.
Absolutely. I saw a meme. I saw a beautiful meme about the Detroit Lions and just how far they've come. That when someone, because it's inevitable that it happened, that a text conversation happened a couple weeks ago, or I guess last weekend it was 2 weekends ago when they hosted their first ever playoff game, right? Someone texted to someone else somewhere out there in America. Someone texted, "Hey, man, you excited for the home playoff game for Detroit this weekend?" And that is the first time ever that was ever texted, because last time that the Lions had a home playoff game, the cell phone was not invented.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's one way to put stuff into perspective right there. Just the accomplishments that the Lions have been able to, accumulate over this season, man, because that's kind of impressive. Not going to lie.
I see why they fans was emotional.
Dude, I'd be crying too. Yeah. I'd be crying of happiness too. Yeah. Anything else NFL?
Nah, that's about it.
Okay.
Debo might not play. Right?
Debo Samuel. Yeah, for the 49ers?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might. Yep.
A little bit less offense for the 49ers, a little bit more offense for the Lions.
It's looking like it's supposed to be the Lions when they're coming out with the dub on paper. So we'll see.
We truly will have seen everything, and it is not even the second month of 2024. I think crazy year so far.
Yeah, but I think that's about it. Nothing else crazy. Everything looked good for the Ravens Chiefs. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a good one. Ready for that.
I wanted to pull some stuff up. Speaking of just historically great stuff that we're witnessing, I looked at the list of 70-point scorers. Just anyone who has ever scored 70 points or more in an NBA game. Mm-hmm. Okay, out of the 9 people, 4 of those people, it happened in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
because we have Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid, and
Dame had 70 last year or this year, or
Dame had and Donovan Mitchell. There you go. So Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, Damian Lillard, and what's the fourth name? And Devin Booker. There we go. Those are 4 guys out of the 9 guys who have scored 70 plus. So, and that all happened within the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So look at the trajectory of how the scoring is going. It's insane because the other names are, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, David Thompson, David Robinson, and
Admiral.
And I'm missing one. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, the number of people who can score 70 points in the league is only going up, because it used to be that there was only one of those guys in the league at a time, right? All those other names don't really overlap like that. Yeah. David Robinson, David Thompson's a little bit before that. Wilt's a little bit before that. Kobe's a little bit after that.
It's
Versus now we got 70-point scorers seemingly in every division.
It's because, like, I mean, the game is advancing in every aspect except for, like, defense. So everybody's learning all these new moves. Everybody's, like, scoring is getting – everybody just wants to score, you know? Nobody wants to be like Jokic. Nobody wants to be like – like, these players are great, but nobody wants to be that. They want to just score.
Right.
So
no one looks
scorer.
at Jokic's game and says he doesn't play well.
Yeah,
but that's not how you want to play.
And he's still a great scorer, too, also. But people think, straight. Like, oh, I want to be KD. I want to be Book. I want to be this. But nobody wants to do the Pat Bev work or the Drew Holidays and the Morris twins and, like, the guys who get on, you know, they're
PJ
dogs.
Tucker. No one wants to be PJ Tucker where you're, you know, I mean, the dude will attempt like 3 shots a game. They'll all be 3-pointers. They'll all be catch and shoot. And he played like 26 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that it takes an insane amount of skills to play 26 minutes and not have an ounce of ego in your body to the point where you only take catch and shoot threes when you're wide open. Yeah, I couldn't do that, bro. I would want to, you know, at least try and help on offense, like try and pass more. But
he had, like, I forgot how long it was last year. He had a streak where he went like 20-something games as a starter and he didn't score. He had 0 for like 20-something games straight.
Wow.
He was starting, bro.
Yeah, that's some Dennis Rodman stuff, though. You know,
nah, but Dennis Rodman was even if he giving you 0 points, he's giving you like 15 to 20 rebounds.
That's true. He was also leading the league, the league in rebounds of those years
with a few blocks. And like, yo, that man is going out there giving you empty stats, just cardio.
But he is guarding your best defender, or he is guarding the other best scorer. Yeah, the best scorer on the other team.
I guess that's what he's there for now. I mean, but he don't really play much now. Maybe a few years back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a Houston Rockets prime Harden, PJ Tucker.
Even a little more recent, like when he was on the Bucks, like he was still considered one of those.
There you go, the one a chip.
He's really a 3-and-D guy, but right now he's just D. But he don't. But he don't get no play time.
He's a 3-and-D guy. He just doesn't shoot many threes. That's it. It's not a problem.
He either really, really off or he really, really on. You know?
That's true. I have seen some games where he low key catches fire, and it's like he's not going to change the way he plays. He's still going to sit in the corner.
Yeah.
But he'll just like catch it and stroke it like right away.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what does this guy have going on tonight?
Huh?
Like, what does this guy have going on tonight?
For real. I saw some stuff. Yeah, I saw some stuff with I can't remember what podcast it was, but some people were talking about. You think there's going to be someone who's going to? I don't think Wilt is achievable. I don't think the 100 points is achievable. At least not, with the group of players that's in the league right now. But do you think do you think is going to be the first person to break Kobe's record of 81? Because that's the second most points in a game.
Man, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. You know, KD has never scored 60. Yeah. His career high is like 58 or something like that.
There's no way.
Bro, KD has never scored no 60 or anything like that. He's just a really efficient scorer.
You know? I guess LeBron's never scored he scored 60 one time and it was 61.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember because when I looked up that stat, I was curious about this was a few years ago. So I looked up, his career high. And I was looking up other career highs, and the first name that came to my mind was Melo. And I think Melo's 62. Career high is 62, and LeBron's career high is 61.
Both on the Bobcats. I think it was the same year, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Charlotte was just not it that year, huh?
KD's career high is 55. That's you don't think that's crazy, bro? And he's like pretty much arguably, in my opinion, he's the greatest scorer of all time.
But how many 50-point games does he have though?
Because I don't even think he has that many.
I think he has a lot, bro. I think he has so many. They're not high 50s. They're not in the 60s. So we don't really talk about 50-point games anymore, bro.
Nah, the last time seeing 60 and We just saw a 70-point game the other night and a 62-point game in the same night. Like,
But
that's
even
normal.
we've seen too many players that aren't, like all NBA caliber players score
Yeah.
50 points. We've seen a Mo Williams score 50 points.
Terrence Ross.
We've seen a Terrence Ross score 50 points and not get close ever since. Brandon Jennings is different. He did that shit his rookie year when he was really taking the league by storm.
Yeah, he was a different breed.
He was cooking.
He made it cool to go overseas. He kind of made it cool to go overseas.
He made it less frowned upon. That if you came from overseas, it used to be like, you're a rookie. You're a rookie in the NBA. Now,
Yeah.
if you did 8 years overseas and you come at 26 years old, you're not getting hazed as a rookie.
Mm-mm.
It used to be like, nah, bro, you a rookie.
still a
I don't
rookie,
care.
man.
I don't care how young you started playing pro, because some of those guys,
All right.
16, 17, they're playing pro.
So you remember back in like I'm not 100% sure what year it was. Maybe like it's between like 2011 2013 when the Knicks had Pablo Prigioni and he was like 39-year-old rookie.
Wow.
Imagine being 39 getting hazed. Like, I'll be damned.
You show up in the parking lot, your car's filled to the brim with popcorn, and you're like, yo.
I'm 39. I've been married for 20 years.
Literally,
I got
you're
3
looking at the
kids.
clock, you're like, yo, I need to pick up my kids from school,
No,
high
man.
school.
Like what? And you fill my whip with popcorn, bro? I'm 39.
Yeah. Now it's I mean, if you're doing what Luka did and you come over at 18, I feel like you'd probably still be considered a rookie. But if you're one of those guys who started in America, went overseas for the first part of your career, and then makes it eventually to the NBA, I feel like that's less frowned upon. And
What about if you Wemby though and you the best player in your team? Can they haze you?
we'd have to
As
ask
a
Luka
rookie?
Doncic if he was hazed on the Mavericks, literally.
I don't think
Because he was the best player
on
his
his
rookie
first year. Because Dirk was still there, right? I think Dirk was still he was trash. Nah, but I don't think Luka
Dirk
was
he wasn't an all-star. He made the all-star game as an inaugural
Honorary
thing.
member.
Yeah, because he was retiring and all that.
Yeah,
Him and D Wade and Kobe Bryant.
yeah.
But yeah, I think Luka was definitely better. I don't think people knew. I think the only people who knew he was better was Mark Cuban.
Yeah. I mean, Dirk probably knew too.
He probably.
But he was he was good, but I don't think he was nowhere near what he was now.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna pull up Luka's rookie stats now because I'm kind of curious.
I feel like he averaged between 18 and 20, 23, 24, somewhere in that range.
I could see that. But oh my lord. That was crazy. Did you see that game?
Which one?
The next game coming up is against the Suns, and last game he dropped 50 on them.
Yo, he has beef with the Suns.
I just saw that game is literally
I got
tonight.
That's tonight.
It's tonight on ABC.
I'll be watching that.
Hold on.
I love when they play the
Yep.
Suns.
That shit tonight. Now that's gonna be a whole different type of game, bro.
KD versus Kyrie. Then you got Book and Luka don't really like each other like that. Or that's what it seemed. That's what the media make it seem like.
I mean, I think it's definitely on the court. I think if they if they was on vacation and they saw each other at the golf club, they wouldn't avoid each other. They wouldn't sit at the same table or none. But
yeah, they're not gonna be like, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of like man, who else been beefing recently? Ant be having beef with someone. Low key.
He's young though. He just young and just
with
he's
Shay.
good.
Him and Shay be beefing.
I don't think that's real. I don't think it's real. I think people just don't like how corny Shay is. Shay is like a funny, corny dude. Cause you ever see when he posts on IG, after all the dubs, he'll post not after every win, but after a lot of wins, he'll post pictures from the game and his fit, and then he drop bars as the caption.
Yeah, he said after beating the Warriors, he said, "Welcome to the Shay area." instead of the Bay Area.
Oh my goodness, the disrespect, bro. I'm gonna ask this again. Where are the Warriors, bro? Can they play a game?
Where are they chilling at the bottom at the bottom of the Western Conference?
Bro, they keep postponing their games though. Like I haven't seen them on TV.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about like win wise where they at, but you just literally
Nah.
talking about Well,
No matter how bad they are, that's an exciting team to watch play, bro.
it is, but you know tragedies happen, man. Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta just take a chill pill, just
They
sit back.
They gonna come back and have 5 games in 1 week.
True. Yeah, I don't know how that postponement gonna go, or if at the end of the season you're just gonna have randomly like 4 Warriors games happening.
You have to split the team up and send them out different places to play the game.
Nah, so I wanted to pull up the regular season averages. His rookie season, he averaged 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists,
Luka,
and a steal. Yep.
that's almost a triple double, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, 7.8 rebounds, 6 assists. Yeah, and then the season after that, where it was actually he went from 21 to 29 points per game in his sophomore season, and 9.4 rebounds, 8.8 assists. That's the season that everyone was like, "Yo, what's going on with this literally 19, 20-year-old dude just dropping triple doubles every other night?"
They gave him the key to the city. They was like, "Yo, this your team now. Go ahead, do what you do."
That's true. That's
Dirk
true.
left. Dirk probably gave him the crown. Was like, "Yeah, this you now."
So I remember at the beginning of this season we talked about how very even of a trade the Luka Doncic for Trae Young trade was. Do you still think that holds up?
About what? Like what you said it was a what kind of trade?
It was one of the most fair trades,
Yeah,
most
that
even
was
trades in the history of the.
That was an even trade, bro. That trade was very even, and they both pretty much have done about the same. Other than Trey, like maybe one time Trey has been in MVP talks, one season.
Yeah, the year he made it to the
almost to the finals, right?
Yeah, the year where he was just balling in the playoffs.
Other than that, they've pretty much had the same accomplishments.
There we go. Yeah, I personally think that it's kind of crazy how when you look like 7 years later, they have like the same number of All-Stars, same number of playoff appearances, Luka has one more playoff appearance.
Yeah, they're like both good shooters, both good scorers, both good distributors. The only thing Luka does really better than him, and this is just because of his size, is get more rebounds, and that's it.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. How often does your point guard get 10 rebounds though? Unless if his name is Russell Westbrook.
Exactly. Westbrook
and
Luka,
Oscar Robertson back in the day,
and Harden. Like that's about it.
So yeah, Luka's rise was really like.
Neither of them can play defense. They're pretty much the same. Luka got a little bit of an edge on him just because he's 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, but that's kind of like remember last year how Jokic was. It was like his first year not being ineffective on defense, just like really being able to like hold his own, and it's because he had the most kickballs in the league. When people were passing the ball out of there, he was just flailing his foot out there and just getting a kick ball. And at the end of the day, that's not 2 points for the other team. So he ended up being a little bit better on defense thanks to just using the rules to his advantage, man.
Yeah.
A kick ball means you can't pass it to that guy.
Restart the play.
Yeah, and if you can't do a single bounce pass for the whole entire game, well, you're kind of screwed against Jokic because what you going to do, throw it over him?
He's unathletic, but he's still big.
Hey, he got a big hitbox, like we say in gaming.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you want to talk about rivalry week or rivalry?
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. So hold on, let me get this over to NBA. Bang. Lakers Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start with that game just because no LeBron.
Kawhi had a triple-double.
No LeBron. Kawhi had a triple-double. Yeah, just it's kind of crazy to see the Lakers without LeBron not like just being absolutely terrible. Because there was a stretch of time where if LeBron's not on the court, the Lakers are minus 34 or whatever it was.
I
The
mean,
plus minus.
it's kind of gonna get to that point where you start to realize LeBron is kind of not the problem, but he kind of slowing them down a little bit. His age is showing, maybe.
Well, I mean, nope.
He missing a lot of
Father
games.
Time
Yeah,
is undefeated.
yeah. He missing a lot of games. He taking a lot of rest. I think if he has to be effective for them to win games, that means he has to play a lot of games. So by the time they get to the playoffs, he's not gonna have fresh legs.
Right.
So I guess it's fine for him to take games off now, because in a way he's gonna like affect the game no matter what. He's not gonna have to come back and where do I fit in this team type of thing. So
yeah, I'm excited for Anthony Davis to have just a little bit more of a role because
yeah,
without LeBron, it used to be if LeBron's not there, AD's not there, and the Lakers just get blown out. They kind of held their own. 26 points for AD, 27 for Russell. It's good to have someone step in when LeBron steps out.
You know who I haven't been hearing about too much
On the Lakers?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. Damn.
That hype went away. It kind of died down.
Yeah,
Been having bad performances.
He went 2 of 8 from 3-point land last night. 5 of 14 overall, 12 points. I mean, shit, that's 30%. That's 30% from the field. That's not really good. But he did start. I'm wondering if it's looking. Yeah, it's looking like he's in the starting lineup habitually, and that. Yeah, but 12 points in the starting lineup, man. If that's as a person who had Jared Vanderbilt on his team, right, on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
If he has as many points as you should be concerned because he's a phenomenal defender.
I was about to say, I think he should be starting. Like if they're gonna be having AD playing 5, they should put Vanderbilt at 4 and then LeBron at 3, and then I guess you can just either put Reeves.
So you'd have Hachimura come off the bench. You'd have
yeah. Yep.
That could be a good lineup. I mean, only thing with Vanderbilt is that he's really not a scorer, bro. And like that's the only thing.
He's big though, right? He's like 6'10", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lack size. The Lakers really lack size at times, and I don't think they rebound enough at times, and that's very costly. Like when I feel like they need like how not the Warriors, the Timberwolves are, how they went and got Gobert for Cat, so Cat don't have to take that burden as me, because Cat's not really a center. He's kind of a stretch 4.
Yeah, he's a big stretch 4 because he's the same size, I think, as Rudy Gobert. I think they're both 7'1".
but like Rudy Gobert is a whole different center. Like he's blocking shots.
They're not playing the same basketball.
Yeah, exactly. You're not expecting him to do a step back 3. No, you're gonna smack him and send him to the bench if you do that. But
I think the only time he'd ever have a green light for a 3 that's not wide open at the end of the shot clock is, if we're kind of fucking around in the All-Star game, I would love to see Rudy try a 3-pointer in an All-Star game. Yeah. By the way, if you a Minnesota fan or if you're a Rudy Gobert fan, go vote Rudy Gobert in for the All-Star game. Hopefully he can make it. That'd be kind of nice. Have French people in the All-Star game. I mean, come on, be dope as hell. Yeah, sorry, got a little sidetracked. But the Clippers though, Clippers bested the Lakers 127-116. Monster night by Kawhi, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. James Harden did his thing. He had his 10 assists as well. 23 points. I mean, yeah, Westbrook came off the bench and did his little thing. You know, had his stats. It's good because just because Russell Westbrook isn't starting anymore, he hasn't changed the way he played. He's still going to be the same way. Like, if you look at his stats, they're his stats from when he was starting in Oklahoma City back in the day, divided by 2, because he has half the playing time. And that's literally it. Like, they're like, hey man, just do your thing. Go grab points, go get assists, go grab rebounds, and you don't gotta worry about too much. And I like I'm a huge Westbrook fan, so I'm glad that he's, found a nice spot for himself, man. Because for a little bit, he low-key was a journeyman, and it's like, bro, how are you about to let a Hall of Famer become a journeyman?
He was still, while he was on that journey, though, he was still like a top 20 player in the league.
Yeah, he was averaging a triple-double damn near. I'm pretty sure he is the franchise leader in triple-doubles for the Washington Wizards, if I'm not mistaken.
And he was there for what, a season and a half?
Yeah, 1.5 seasons.
That's
tops,
crazy, bro.
But yeah, I'm damn near sure that Russell Westbrook is the franchise leader
in OKC.
For OKC, yeah, he has the most triple doubles of all time, of anyone.
Oh yeah, he does.
He passed Oscar Robertson like a while ago, right? Like 4 seasons ago. But anywho, yeah, he was averaging a triple double for like 3 full seasons, damn near. So, yeah, it was.
That's not easy.
I mean, you gotta remember, bro. Before 2017 is that MVP season where he did the triple double. No one was getting triple doubles as like often like that. That just wasn't
cool
like
again.
LeBron had 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I think LeBron had 5 triple doubles before 2015, but and then it became like a huge thing.
It wasn't that popular, but there was a lot of guys who like flirted with triple doubles or came really close to triple doubles.
Mm-hmm.
But it just wasn't like a popular thing. Like, oh, but he made it popular again. Like Russell Westbrook, he made that a thing.
Absolutely. Do you remember that game, man, where he had the triple double? He became, I believe, the first player all time to have a 20-20-20 game.
That was right after Nipsey Hussle died.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he did it for.
Wow, man.
Yep.
So yeah, 20. Yeah. Sheesh, he was balling, bro. He was breaking records left and right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, all that just to say that I'm glad to see how he ended up on the Clippers and what he's doing for them, man, because
it just works, bro. they all kind of like friends. They all from Southern California.
They all from the area, bro.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
I told people from the beginning, bro, just give it some time, bro. This one I like, Harden say scary hours everywhere he go, but this one I knew, like, nah, this is gonna be different. As long as they stay healthy, they're gonna be fine.
For me, the scariest scary hours I ever saw was when I saw that James Harden had joined the Brooklyn Nets, bro.
Yeah, but
I literally thought to myself, I'm like, this is unfair because you have 3 MVP candidates, instead of 2, which is what KD had in the Warriors.
Yep.
Himself and Curry. And now you got 3 of those guys, like 3 guys who genuinely, whenever they can, you just give them the ball, no screens, no passing it to them in a good position, no nothing, and they can just get to their spot, get a bucket.
And then we had Aldridge, we had Blake Griffin, we had Joe Harris, who was the best 3-point shooter in the league at the time.
Percentage wise,
Joe Harris.
Yeah, he was a couple percents above Klay Thompson, who was the second best 3-point shooter at the time.
Claxton wasn't as good as he is now, but he was still pretty useful around that time.
That was like his first and second season, though.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
He still had dreads.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did.
Yep.
Flowing. Well, speaking of your Nets, that was also a part of Rivalry Week.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of them, bro.
So their record is 17-26. They were facing the 26-17 Knicks, who after winning became the 27-17
Yeah.
Knicks. And man, what you got to say about that? Did you watch it?
I watched part of it because I'm not gonna lie, I thought we had the game in the bag because at one point we was up by double digits and we was just looking better than them like throughout the game. So I was like, yeah. And then I ended up going to the gym, and when I left the gym, they lost. I was like, bro, what?
So I have a question. So with the All-Star game coming up, do you think Mikal Bridges can make the All-Star game?
Bro, even our coach said it in a post-game interview one time. He said nobody on this team is going to make the All-Star team this year. It's not happening. I agree.
So what do you think is like a political thing? Like if you're not a high enough seed, you can't make the All-Star game, or
It's
or what?
one, that's part of it, and two, we don't have nobody who's consistently shown, okay, I'm an All-Star this year at all. And even if they have, there's a lot more guys in the league that has shown that they're better than our best players, and they've been doing it consistently all year, and they're on better teams in the league. So like there's a very, very, very slim chance of anybody on the Nets making it. And if there was somebody to make it, it would probably be Bridges. Maybe Cam Thomas.
Isn't he hurt right now?
Nah. He's just inconsistent.
Oh, he's not hurt. Yeah, he's just not starting and
he's
doing as well as
inconsistent.
he was in the beginning of the season.
Bro, I think he just had like 20-something the game before this game. And what he had last night, like single digits, right?
14. He had 14.
14, bro. And did he play more than 20 minutes?
22 minutes.
22 minutes, dude. Come on. Brunson
Man.
and Randall put 30 on us. Like,
yeah, no, that's what I wanted to get to. I want to get to the next side. Since adding OG, they're
good
kind of on a roll.
That was a good. That don't make them a championship team, but that definitely was a great pickup for them.
So, what do you think the Knicks? Do you think the Knicks are like one piece away from a championship team?
A couple, but I don't really know what it is. But they did good getting rid of RJ and Quickly, because Quickly was getting better. Quickly was about to become like a maxi type player. So his I think his rookie contract was up this summer. He was gonna ask to get paid, and the Knicks was not gonna pay him. So they got him up out of there. And
right, because they just paid Brunson
exactly
like good money.
And then he didn't really play well beside Jalen Brunson. So you can't have that. You got the guy you just paid and you just brought him here. I'm going with Brunson, you feel me? And
right.
then also Jalen Brunson, dad is on the coaching staff, so they're going with Brunson every time, So then RJ,
was he on the coaching staff before they signed Brunson?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons he went there.
Bro, that's nepotism as hell. I mean, you can't say it's not deserved because you pull up homie's stats and you're like, all right, well, he obviously deserves to be on the team. I mean, shit, how much is he averaging this season, man?
Come on. Like a good
stats right here. 2023, 2024, right here. 26.6 points per game. He's averaging the same shit as Ant and JT, bro.
Yo.
Less rebounds.
I mean, he's small.
Yeah, 4 rebounds, but more assists. 6.5 assists a game. Career high in assists, too.
Yep.
I mean, how tall is this motherfucker? 6'2". See, this is the type of shit that when I see this, I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I doing on a couch? That's why I love players like him, like Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Brandon Roy, Dwayne Wade, just undersized guys.
Smaller
Yeah, if you're a smaller guard, bro, and you made it in the NBA, I mean, I'm not even talking about Muggsy Bogues. I don't know how the fuck that dude made it, bro.
How you get here?
Because that's probably one of the funniest parts of the Space Jam movie is when they all get their power stolen and they're in the hospital, and he literally looks up at them and he's like, yeah, but at least y'all still tall. Look at me. Now I'm just another regular person.
Dang, I haven't watched Space Jam in a long time.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Original one with Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I never even thought about watching the second one.
You didn't watch it in theaters?
No.
Oh, me neither.
No.
Yeah, I like LeBron too.
I'm a
That's
hater,
the crazy
bro.
part.
I don't think, nah, bro. You shouldn't see. You shouldn't. The first one was just too good. That's just how I felt. I was like, there's no topping that, unless you was born in 2007.
Oof, that'll happen though. A lot of people was born that year. Yeah. So let me see. What was I? Right here, rivalry. There we go. Yeah, so that's the other part. I'd be looking at some of these games, and I didn't even know that these were rivalries.
Me too, bro.
Like when I see Knicks Nets, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Y'all literally across the street from each other.
That's barely even a rivalry.
Yeah, Lakers Clippers. Y'all not across the street. Y'all in the same building as each other, so that's a rivalry. But then when I turned on my TV and saw that they had Trailblazers versus Thunder?
Yeah. Like,
why y'all beefing?
No reason at all. Or Westbrook and Dame, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
The two people who aren't on those teams anymore?
You feel me?
Yeah.
I guess. I guess it could have started from that. Yeah.
Got it. Maybe. But yeah, if there's any OKC fans or Trailblazers fans that know about, some rivalry stuff that we don't know about, please let us know, because I was not familiar with that one, and I also was not familiar with the Nuggets versus Pacers. One that did make a little bit of sense after I thought about it was the Jazz versus the Pelicans. Just because Jazz there's Jazz in Utah and there's New Orleans Jazz. Maybe they're just competing for who has the best Jazz. I don't know. Apart from that,
right.
I can't think of too much when it comes to that rivalry. But that was actually my favorite game. That was my favorite game to watch the other night. I don't know. Last night, I don't know if you was.
You think Markin ain't gonna make it through the trade deadline?
Bro, I think this is gonna be one of the craziest like pre-deadline shifts that there's gonna be this season. I think a lot of teams are gonna change what's going on. I think the Bulls are gonna change what's going on. I think the Jazz want to change what's going on. I think the Pelicans might want to change some stuff too, add some pieces. The Knicks and Nets are gonna be looking to do some stuff.
Brooklyn not gonna do nothing, bro. Our front office is garbage.
Yeah, but that's a you problem. I feel like the fans still want to add something.
But nothing's gonna happen. Our GM is garbage can juice. Like, he is
Who's
useless.
y'all's GM?
Joe Tsai. He's trash. He's really the reason KD and Kyrie are not in Brooklyn right now. Yeah.
I thought Kyrie was the reason why KD and Kyrie wasn't in Brooklyn. Or is that just what the haters say? Because I feel like I'm very undereducated on that whole entire split up. Like, it literally, to me, it was just like ESPN notification, Kyrie's gone. ESPN notification, KD's gone. ESPN notification, Harden's gone. All gone.
I mean, Harden left because he seen everything what was happening before he even got, even settled in. Like, he already knew what was about to happen. So he was like, let me just get out before the house burned down. So he dipped, and he did the same thing in Philly. Because, anywhere he go, they're going to blame him. So Harden was just like, all right, let me get out of here. Now, they got to go through 3 other people to blame him. In L.A., they got to blame Westbrook, then they got to blame Kawhi, then they got to blame BG, then it's Harden's fault.
Damn, so he was just trying to get away from the scrutiny.
I mean, he didn't really deserve it.
But he was away from the scrutiny in Philadelphia?
Philly, yeah.
In Houston, he was the only scrutiny, bro.
You don't know Philly fans, bro. Philly fans are the worst.
I know.
Philly fans are the worst, bro.
You acting like you know more. Nah, so Philly fans are but like they're the worst to like other people.
Nah, if
They
you
worse to
if
their
you have a bad game, bro, they will. You saw, bro. You see why Ben Simmons is not there right now. A big part of that is because of the fans. Feel me? Oh, he passed up a shot. He passed up a shot in a very close game that would have took them to the finals, right? When he
Yeah,
should have been.
Well, that's not the issue. Is the fact that the
They
shot that he passed up, the person that was guarding him
Was Trae Young.
was Trae Young, and that he was about 2 feet away from the basket.
Yeah,
It's when you pass up your shot, that we get mad at you.
that man.
People
went
get
crazy.
disappointed at LeBron when he's driving down the lane and he makes the extra pass and that person messes. The only time they get mad at him is if inside of the lane it's someone that people believe genuinely he could have just gone up and scored a layup against.
Yeah,
Now, if you have an Embiid, if you have a Giannis, if you have a prime Dwight Howard in there and he makes the extra pass and the dude misses, everyone will always agree that he made the right pass. This is one of those things. But yeah, to get back to this what's it called? We gonna call it a jazz off. All right, the Utah versus New Orleans. Man, I don't know how this shit happens, bro. Because I'm looking at like the scoring everywhere, and in the starting lineups for both of them, like everyone was scoring, and they still got blown out. Like the whole entire starting lineup for Utah was balling. I mean, how often you see that? How often you see Chris Dunn with 10 points, Sexton with 22, Fontecchio with 18, Markkanen. Okay, Markkanen only had 11.
There's usually Sexton and Markkanen that carry most of the scoring load.
Yeah, it looks like everyone was. Kelly Olynyk had 9 points.
I think what happened was though, I think he kind of like emptied the bench because they was getting blown out so bad. So a lot of garbage time. So players who don't usually get minutes got extra minutes. So everybody really scored.
Yeah, it just didn't seem that way when I was watching it, but
They gave up 153 though. That's insane.
yeah, Zion was so efficient with the way he was scoring. I literally thought he had like 25 points.
I miss when Zion was like really, really good. Like I want him to get back in shape and get back to like what he used to do, like what he was doing last night, dunking and being dominant.
Yeah,
He's exciting to watch.
nah, it's I don't know. The first game he played, remember when he first came in, they're like, "Yo, we excited to see Zion dominate," and he splashed like 4 threes in the first quarter or something like that.
Bro, if he gets a shot, or
Like
just a bag,
I said it earlier this season when I was like, take anyone and give them a 3-pointer.
or not even. He don't even need a three. He just need like a little back to the basket game and a little midi, like on some Zach Randolph type of player. Just more athletic.
He should be one of those people that genuinely like seeks help from greats. Like he should be hitting up.
He too stubborn.
He should be hitting up Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. I want this man to be looking like Shaq out there, because when the most impressive thing about Shaq is that mass, that that beast coming at you, that diesel monster truck coming at you with that footwork. He was smooth with it. You look at his feet, he's like the way he pivots, he's dancing, bro. That's what was so dominant about Shaq. Imagine a man who can jump higher than prime Shaq with that same footwork. Slightly less weight, slightly less muscle to him, but
He like booty more than basketball.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is, bro. He just gotta lock in the gym and he'll be good. Like he'll be good. He gotta shift his focus now. Like you are a professional in the NBA, dog. This stuff should not be happening.
I've never heard someone say it like you like booty.
Like
You
We
like
know what
booty
happened.
more than basketball.
we know what happened
Oh,
with him.
I'm crying, bro. That was a good one.
Him and Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you raise awareness?
Hey man, just
Hey, there's booties out there. Don't fall in them. I don't know. They'll fall in the trap.
Hey.
We gotta stop calling them booby traps. In this generation, it's booty traps.
Yeah.
Because this is what this generation be attracted to. It's different. It's very different. Nah, but that's crazy. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's a distraction. But like, I don't know. No matter what I had distracting me, if there was someone in front of me and I was playing a game of basketball and I had identified that I could get by this person every single time, well, I was exploiting that every single time. I was trying my hardest, you know. Or if I identified that a teammate had a mismatch, dude, that's who I'm giving the ball to like. I'm sorry, but 5 players on the court at all time. You're telling me there's not a single pick and roll that you can exploit where they're forced to switch and now you have a guard on you? Bro, because, like, I mean, even small forward wise, not many guys, the small forward position, I'm thinking literally like LeBron, Kawhi, Paul George. Those are the only, like, small forwards that could genuinely, like, contain Zion.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're getting blown by. Like Jason Tatum, if he catches, like, a shoulder from Zion in the right place, he can't breathe for the rest of the night. So, you know, like, and that's not a diss against Jason Tatum. That's how passionate I am about what I know Zion can do.
Yeah.
Or what I think Zion can do. And, nah, fuck it. What I know Zion can do. I seen him in college. Motherfucker, you good.
Duke Zion.
Yeah, you.
Busting out the shoes, Zion.
Yeah. Thank you. When the Nike foam can't handle you.
Yeah.
Nah, that was sheesh. That was crazy. I genuinely thought he was gonna have to change, like, shoe brands or something like that after that. But it's Nike. Like, what you gonna do?
Well, they don't make Kyrie's no more now, so that's what it was. It was a Kyrie.
It was?
Yeah, he was wearing Kyrie's.
That's just a bad idea, bro. I feel like you should. There's a reason why shoes are developed the way they are.
Yeah.
He should have been wearing, I don't know, like Charles Barkley shoes or Shaq shoes or.
I remember
Joel Embiid didn't have his own shoe yet, but like some with like ankle support for a big man.
I remember that so distinctively. He was having like a good little run. Duke was playing so good, and then his shoe exploded and he messed up his knee and he missed a few games.
Yeah, he did the splits, bro.
Yeah, he did a split.
He did the splits, and I'm assuming just like the muscles in there were like, yeah, nah, can't do that.
Yeah.
And just tensed up.
Yeah. But in all honesty, he wasn't even supposed to be the best one to come from that group. It was supposed to be Cam Reddish.
I do remember, yeah, like the draft analyst people talking about how, like, he was the most, that they like using that word, damn, NBA ready guy. He's the most NBA ready, you know. When at the end of the day, the reason, like, I don't know, there's a reason why these guys go from one point to another point to another point. Once you win the NBA, trust me, bro, they got coaches and they got other players that gonna help get you NBA ready.
Yep. I think Zion, though, I feel like they felt like that because Zion, for Zion, everybody always had concerns and still to this day had concerns about his body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, is he too big? Is he too this? Is he too that? Can he shoot? And then with RJ, it was his shot. It's like, you a point guard and you can't shoot, dog.
Yeah.
What we gonna do with you here? And then he hasn't really, like, I mean, yeah, he kind of developed the shot now, so. But we'll see. Cam Reddish has not done anything since he's been in the NBA.
Hey, Zion the only one out of that group who hasn't been traded, I think.
Yeah, but RJ's still having a really good season, though, this season. Like, he's a starter now, but he was on his way to possibly be 6th man of the year this year.
For the Knicks?
Yeah.
Really? I don't really think he was doing that well, man, because I always had high praise for all those guys, just because, like, I remember seeing them, you know, they was in college at the same time we was. Yeah. So, like, they were at that age, you know, same age as us. It's like, bro, we watched them in high school, low key. I remember watching the Zion highlights in high school.
Oh, of course.
Reddish highlights in high school,
yep.
Especially Trey Jones, because he he right
Oh,
here.
he's from here.
Yeah, I never had the privilege of playing against Trey Jones, but I seen his game. They were on local TV, bro. Oh, I did see him. I went to Target Center for the state finals. The one of the years he won, I think it was our junior year. But
Right.
yeah, that was another person that was in the starting lineup. Trey Jones, right there. That was crazy. They just had 5-star recruits out the wazoo. Let me see. Who was I looking for? I was looking for RJ.
Quickly too. Quickly was good. 6-man.
But like, you can't debate that OG isn't better than RJ.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a bad. It wasn't a like. It didn't. They didn't lose anything, but they definitely gained some. And the same thing with Toronto. I feel like they didn't lose like a big thing. I don't know. I feel like they made the moves they wanted to make. Cause you just gutted your team basically. You just got rid of your two best players, OG and then now Siakam gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're going in a whole different direction anyway. I'm assuming they're trying to build around Scotty Barnes.
So, what do you think? What do you think the Spicy P trade implies for the Siakam trade?
Who did they get for Siakam?
Ooh, I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Probably no. Probably some picks. Probably some picks and something else. I know it wasn't nothing special.
Blah 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 blah. So, Pacers acquire Pascal Siakam. As part of a separate trade, the New Orleans Pelicans sent Kira Lewis Jr. and a 2024 second-round pick to the Pacers. The Pacers then shipped Lewis to the Raptors. And I'm assuming with the pick as well.
Trash.
Well, I'm so confused. So y'all just gave him away? What are the Raptors doing? Like,
rebuilding. That's what it seemed like.
yeah, but like,
they got a very young team now.
I feel like the moment you realize Kawhi Leonard is no longer going to be a part of your organization, that's when you start rebuilding. You know, you don't wait and see. Like, I don't know. It is a hard one because everyone except for Kawhi and Kyle Lowry was so young on that squad. Right, that I kind of understand what they did, trying to wait a few years, see what Fred VanVleet could do, see what Siakam could do.
They wasn't that young, cause they had.
Bro, Fred VanVleet was like 25.
What was it? What was their starting lineup? It was Kawhi, Kyle Lowry,
Yes.
Marc Gasol,
Yes, Siakam,
and Ibaka. That's kind of old. Siakam and what's it called is probably the only young ones.
Siakam, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby,
young guys, yeah.
The guy who's balling, Matt Barnes was like a rookie. There was some young players but the biggest story out of that whole thing was the fact that Siakam and Fred VanVleet 2 seasons prior were on the Toronto G League team. Yeah, and they won. Siakam won Finals MVP for the G League tournament. And then those two got brought onto the squad at the same time as Barnes made the squad. So yeah, now that was one fire season. I wanna finish on that. So earlier this season, you said something about how Kevin Durant, any team he goes on, they just. What did you say? They make the finals? It's guaranteed they make the finals?
Not guaranteed, but he fits like on any team.
Right. And I was saying that about LeBron James. So now this is the part where we're going to have to argue about that a little bit, right? When you look at LeBron James in the team in the Miami Heat, for example. Miami Heat did not make the playoffs. The very next season, they had LeBron James, and they go to NBA Finals, correct? They lose to the Mavericks. They then proceed to win 2 in a row, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like an insane amount of progress. The Warriors went from losing the finals to winning the finals by adding Kevin Durant. Right? And the Nets went from not making the playoffs to making the playoffs.
To be in the first seed in the whole NBA.
Yeah, that's cool, but like I'm talking about the playoffs, you know.
And then conference finals and fall apart.
Yeah.
Then the same thing, second round. Then we get swept. Like, this is bad.
But basically, my main argument is that even at a time where Kevin Durant got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
His Achilles, I believe it was, against the Raptors.
Yeah.
Everyone was convinced that the Warriors were still going to win that series until Klay Thompson injured himself. Until Klay Thompson was injured, everyone believed that the Warriors were still going to win, even without Kevin Durant.
I didn't.
Bro, there's no way you looked at Marc Gasol and was like, yeah, they can beat the Warriors.
Bruh, the Raptors was on a different type of run that year, bro. Even though they got took to 7 by the Sixers, but the Raptors was on a different type of run that year. And Kawhi was Michael Jordan that year.
Kawhi was really good that year.
Kawhi was Michael Jordan that year. Like, it was hard to count them out. I know now with KD, it was a whole different story. With KD, it was a whole different. They're unbeatable with KD.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes down, and now it's like, all right, you don't want it as a Raptor playing for them. You don't want it. You don't want nobody to get hurt. But you see that, and you start getting a little excited. You're like, okay, we just got a little bit closer to winning the finals, bro. Like,
right, a lot closer.
Nobody can doubt that KD was the best player on that team the years he was there. The numbers is behind it too.
Yeah, no, he was definitely the best player for those seasons.
And
which is kind of crazy because you're someone who just won unanimous MVP the season before that, and that's the person that, like, there aren't many guys in the league that could pull up to a Warriors squad with a unanimous MVP, Steph Curry, and tell him, "Hey, bro, I'm running the show. You just chill over here. Just kind of shoot." Not many players, but yeah. And now on the LeBron side of things, when he joins the Heat, that happens. During that point, the Heat are at the top, just winning chips. The Cavs are same conference at the bottom.
Yep.
Bottom of the barrel. He joins them, and they make the finals. Like that. That was my argument for LeBron being really that guy that if you put him on any squad, bro, they just make the finals. They didn't make the finals his first year back in LA. That's the one that I will concede to you. When he came to LA, he did not make the finals at all. He actually didn't make the playoffs.
It took a few years.
He did not make the playoffs, which I think for Kevin Durant was also, or no, he was in the playoffs last year with the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting he switched. He was like, yo, hold on, playoffs coming up. Let me just join the Suns real quick.
KD don't. Nah, but that's the crazy part, though. We was literally having a good season.
Mm-hmm.
We were about halfway through the season having a good season, and we was about to make the playoffs.
The Nets?
The Nets, yeah. And after they left, we didn't make the playoffs. And I remember we just barely made it because we got swept last year by the Sixers. And Dinwiddie was on Twitter arguing with Kuzma, and Kuzma was like, "Oh, y'all only made the playoffs because K and Kai was there at the beginning of the season, basically." And he like, without K and Kai there, y'all probably not winning more than 20-some games. And
damn.
Like, he was going off on him. I'm like, as much as I hate to say, he not lying.
How many? Yeah, we said they had 17 wins. Yeah, they gonna get to 20, so that's good to know. That's already good. I mean, shit, if they would literally have to lose, they would have to break the Pistons record. They would have to break the Pistons record. By the way, did you see that? We was talking to, I think you mentioned the Kyle Kuzma tweet
Which one?
The one about the Pistons. It was
He's like, he don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, at this point, he's just not trying to be that team.
Yep.
Did you see what happened when they played them?
He got ejected, right? And they lost.
The Wizards lost. Yeah, the Pistons beat the Wizards.
And I think Kuzma got ejected that game.
I don't. You know me. I don't tend to watch games. No offense to the Wizards and to the Wizards and the Pistons, but the same night there's Oklahoma City playing, I'm gonna be watching Oklahoma City. But yeah, bro, it was. I mean, bro, the expression is you don't poke the bear, but he thought he was good because he was poking a cub. You know, trust me, a cub can still fuck you up. Because hey, you just trying to not be that team, and y'all was that team. So, anything else? Basketball?
They not even that far away from the Pistons for him to be talking like that.
I know if it's a number 1 seed saying that, like, the best you can do is beat them in a face-to-face matchup, you know. But now there's a chance that by the end of the season, that their record is better than the Washington Wizards.
Man, it don't really matter. Neither one of them going to the playoffs. Yo, the Bucks, they got a new coach.
Doc Rivers. I'm familiar with that coach.
Yeah. Bro, when I saw they fired their coach, literally the first thing I thought, I was like, bro, this is internal, bro. And what's going? It's it gotta be something personal. Like he did something wrong because they're second in the East, right?
Last time I saw that shit, I remember the only time I've ever seen something similar to this was
Vogel.
No, that's crazy because it's someone else who coached LeBron. Do you remember David Blatt?
Yes, I do.
A Russian man.
Cleveland.
Yeah, just the most. I don't know how to put it. Best looking nose I've ever seen.
He was a
best
terrible
looking
coach.
nose I've ever seen. And they, I believe, were maybe even first in the East.
Yeah.
If not, they were probably second or third, low key. LeBron likes to make his push late in the season, so second or third in the East, and he gets fired for Ty Lue when they win the championship that year.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a little bit of that? Because the difference was Ty Lue, that was his first time ever coaching, right? This is a Hall of Fame coach. This is a first ballot Hall of Fame coach that they are adding to their roster, you know?
I just want to know why bro got fired. Like, in the first place, they said he lost control of the locker room or something like that. I'm like, okay, bro. At being the second team in the East, that means y'all have some divas in y'all locker room.
Nah, that means I don't want to see what that locker room looks like when it's in control, bro. They second in the East, so if they in control, if they actually listening to the person who's telling them what to do,
I don't think they are. That's what it is.
But they'll listen to Doc.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not listening to Doc, bro, if your name is not Greek, or Damian Lillard,
I'm talking about the coach they just fired. Like,
well, yeah, you know, if why would they listen to him? He's a rookie coach, first time coaching.
But I think it got a lot to do with Dame and Giannis. It's something with them.
But Giannis hasn't really exhibited that kind of stuff. Like, he always been like...
I saw something funny. It said something about his brother, Giannis' brother, bro. It was so funny. I forgot what it was. But every time I see jokes about his brother on the internet, they be the funniest, bro.
I just came up with the joke. I know why the coach got fired. He suggested to trade Giannis' brother.
That's what it was, bro. That's exactly what it was too. They was like, they was like, we all know what really happened. It was like he tried to get who traded. That's what it was.
The Nassus. He tried to get Nassus, bro. Man, you know that they would have 3 spots on their roster if they weren't if they just let go of brothers that don't belong on the roster. Because Giannis got 2 of them and Brooke got 1 of them.
Brooke got his brother on it, yeah.
They could literally free up. And out of an 18-man roster, bro. Come on, man.
You can get some shooters.
That's a fifth of your squad.
Go get you some shooters, man.
So yeah, but I mean, if it keeps them happy and it keeps them, most importantly, in Milwaukee, that's all that really matters, bro. Because if I'm a GM and I have to sign a little $4 million deal here and there just to make sure that you stay. Where do I sign? Show me the dotted line, my friend.
Man. Oh, what else? You seen the Heat? The Heat got Rozier. They traded Kyle Lowry.
That's a good trade.
That
That's
was
a good
great
trade, bro. Yeah,
Well, I told you.
Kyle Lowry's. I mean, he's great. He's all time great. But this season,
I was watching one of our older episodes earlier, and we was talking about Miami, and I was talking about how like I never worry about them in the regular season.
And this is exactly why.
And then we talked about Kyle Lowry, and I was like, bruh, they need to get rid of Kyle Lowry ASAP. Like, he's washed, and he's not doing what they brought him there for, like, to do. And fast forward now, here
Visionary
we go.
Jerry. That's
go.
what they call him.
Get him up out of here, man.
Wow. Yeah, Terry Rozier added to the Heat. I think that's a big deal. I think that's what solidifies them as having, being that top 4, having that home court advantage for that first playoff.
And his talent was kind of getting wasted in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyle Lowry in his Tony Parker era, when Tony Parker at the end of his career, he went to Charlotte. That was so weird seeing him in that jersey, bro.
Tell me about it. Almost as weird. You ever seen a picture of him with hair?
Nah, I don't think. Yeah, that's scary.
Exactly. That's what it looked like to me, because I seen both.
Man.
So, it's. I don't know. I don't get it, because Charlotte isn't getting a piece that is helping. I mean, LaMelo Ball is he's a pretty unique talent. A 6'8" point guard. I mean, come on.
I think they're about to tank and gut that team, and they're I heard Miles Bridges is on the trade block right now, and there's actually.
So you keep who then?
LaMelo. They're gonna build around LaMelo.
LaMelo, not even Brandon Miller. They just drafted him with the third pick or something.
Him too. But they're gonna
keep a couple people, and then everyone else just.
Yeah, they're gonna gut that team and start fresh.
Cool.
Get some young guys. That's their best bet, because that's not really a big market team that people want to. Oh, let me go play for Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Jordan don't even own the team,
which is weird because it's beautiful in North Carolina.
Yeah, it is. And Michael Jordan don't even own the team no more, so people really don't want to go play there.
That's true. That used to be like the number one thing. You're like, damn, I'm playing in Charlotte, but when I practice, MJ there.
He there on the sideline. You go impress him.
He's there, man. Yeah, not even practice, just games. He there.
Yep,
just chilling on the sideline,
smacking people in the head and shit.
Man, I remember. I don't know if you remember this one Charlotte fan who was wearing a string backpack, and he had his tie around his head, and he was heckling D Wade. And then D Wade made a game winner. And he turns to the fan, looks him dead in the eyes, points at him, and says, "This is your fault."
It's your fault. Halliburton did that recently. I forgot. I think he might have been playing the Bucks. He did like a step back 3, and then he went and talk shit to the fans. He was like, "That's your fault."
Yeah, but then he didn't. The problem is when you're doing that kind of stuff is you got to look at your upcoming schedule before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks were playing. They were playing the Bucks again like 8 days later, and the Bucks were full force. They had Dame, they had Giannis, everyone was there. They had Chris, and they absolutely destroyed them.
That's the only game they've won this season against them. The Pacers are 4-1 against the Bucks this season. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, including
the in-season tournament.
There we go. I was about to say, how the fuck you played them that many times? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, shit. Anything else you want to add that you can think of last minute?
I don't think there's no other big news. Oh, I don't think we ever talked about Ja being out for the season.
I think
that sucks.
I think that's called denial. That's the first stage of grief.
Man,
I think next episode we can finally get out of that stage of grief and have a good comment. Yeah,
that's depressing,
bro. You just reminded me that. Yeah. We were so hyped for him, bro, when he came back. We like immediately we were like, yo, this dude dunking on Wemby, this dude doing this dude doing that.
Game winners,
first game back. I mean, shit. Yeah, next episode we gonna have to elaborate on that. But Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys actually can check out the previous episode on Spotify and Spotify only, so that I can filter you guys into my various channels, see what I'm doing there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode on YouTube. And yeah, we gonna catch you on the flip side. Peace.